G'day mates, Reese here. Now, when you lot think of professional wrestling, your mind probably jumps straight to the bright lights of WWE, right? Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, WrestleMania. But what if I told you there's a whole world of grit, passion, and absolute brutality brewing right here in our own backyard? I'm talking about the Australian wrestling scene. It's an underground powerhouse, a breeding ground for some of the toughest, most innovative talent you'll ever see. We might not have the billion-dollar production value just yet, but what we lack in pyrotechnics, we make up for with pure, unadulterated heart. This isn't just a business down here, it's a family, a tight-knit community built from the ground up by people who live and breathe this sport. From tiny community halls to packed-out theaters, the passion is palpable. It's a grassroots movement where every single wrestler, every fan, and every crew member is pouring their soul into creating something special. You see, this scene is where legends are forged in relative obscurity before they take over the world. Think about it. Some of your favorite international stars got their start right here, learning their craft, paying their dues, and bleeding on Aussie canvas. So for the next few minutes, forget what you think you know. I'm going to pull back the curtain and give you a proper look at the promotions that make Aussie wrestling one of the most exciting scenes on the planet. We're going on a tour across the country, from the polished presentation of Melbourne to the gritty brawls in Adelaide, and I promise you, by the end of this, you'll be just as obsessed as I am. This is where the real work happens. This is Aussie wrestling. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off in Melbourne, the home of what many consider the gold standard of Australian wrestling, MCW, Melbourne City Wrestling. When you walk into an MCW show, you feel it instantly. This isn't just some local indie show in a community hall. The production is slick, the lighting is professional, and the atmosphere is electric. They've set a benchmark for what an independent promotion in this country can be, presenting a product that feels both authentically Australian and internationally recognized. It's the closest thing we have to that big league feel, and they've earned that reputation through years of consistently brilliant shows. The storytelling at MCW is second to none. They don't just throw matches together. They build long-term emotional rivalries that get the fans properly invested. You'll follow a wrestler's journey from their debut to their championship victory, feeling every high and every low right alongside them. This is where characters are built, where legacies are cemented. The Thornbury Theatre becomes a cauldron of noise for their big events, a place where the history of the promotion hangs in the air. It's a promotion that respects its past, while always pushing towards the future, creating a product that's both polished and deeply personal. And you can't talk about MCW without talking about the world-class talent it's produced. This is the place that was a crucial stepping stone for stars you see on global television today. I'm talking about blokes like Buddy Matthews, who honed his craft here before becoming a household name. He's just one example of the caliber of athlete that MCW cultivates. They attract the best in the country and the best from around the world, creating dream matches and proving that Melbourne is a premier destination for professional wrestling. MCW isn't just a promotion, it's an institution. Now let's head north to Sydney, the home of Pro Wrestling Australia, or PWA. If MCW is the polished standard, PWA is the punk rock, high-energy party that you absolutely have to be at. The buzz around a PWA show is undeniable. They've cultivated a die-hard fan base that creates one of the loudest and most passionate atmospheres in the entire country. PWA is known for its fast-paced, athletic, and technically brilliant wrestling. This is where you go to see some of the most innovative and jaw-dropping in-ring action you can imagine. The wrestlers here are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. PWA has become a major player on the international indie scene, and for good reason. They've built incredible relationships with some of the biggest companies in the world. We're talking major collaborations with New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Elite Wrestling. They've brought top-tier international talent to our shores, putting them in the ring with Australia's best and showing the world that our guys can not only hang with them, but often outshine them. This has put a massive spotlight on the Sydney scene, making PWA a destination for wrestlers and fans alike. At the heart of PWA's success are its homegrown stars. Look no further than a bloke like Robbie Eagles. He's a PWA original who became a star in New Japan, representing Australia on one of the biggest stages in the world, all while still calling PWA home. His journey is a testament to the platform PWA provides. They build their own stars, give them a unique and loud identity, and create a product that feels cool, fresh, and essential. PWA isn't just putting on wrestling shows. They're creating moments and building a brand that the world is taking notice of. Let's take a trip to South Australia, to the city of Adelaide, home of Riot City Wrestling. RCW is one of the longest-running and most respected promotions in the entire country, and it has a flavor all its own. If PWA is the party and MCW is the polished production, RCW is the gritty, down-and-dirty fight. There's an old-school soul to Riot City. The stories feel real, the conflicts feel personal, and the action is hard-hitting. This is a promotion built on a foundation of pure, raw emotion, and their fans are some of the most loyal you'll ever find. The atmosphere at an RCW show is intense. The fans in Adelaide are fiercely protective of their home promotion. They live and die with their favorite wrestlers, creating a cauldron of noise that can rival any arena in the country. RCW's storytelling often leans into the dramatic and the personal, building rivalries that feel less like athletic contests and more like genuine blood feuds. They aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, to tell stories that are raw, emotional, and sometimes downright violent. It's this commitment to character and narrative that has kept them at the top for so long. RCW has also been a crucial launching pad for some absolute monsters of the industry. Before he was making waves in WWE and New Japan, Jonah Rock, our own Bronson Reed, was a dominant force, an absolute beast tearing through the RCW roster. And you have to mention Adam Brooks, a bloke who became a megastar on the international indie circuit, with his roots firmly planted in RCW's soil. Riot City Wrestling is a testament to longevity and passion. It's a place that proves you don't need the flashiest lights to create the most compelling drama. Now we head up to the Sunshine State, Queensland, where the wrestling scene is absolutely booming. Two of the promotions leading the charge are the Australian Wrestling Alliance, or AWA, and Pro Wrestling League, PWL. These promotions really represent the heart and soul of Queensland wrestling. They might not have the long-standing international reputation of an MCW or PWA just yet, but they're building something special from the ground up, fueled by a passionate local roster and an incredibly loyal fan base that shows up in droves for every single event. What really defines the Queensland scene is its incredible potential and rapid growth. AWA and PWL are consistently putting on bigger and better shows, developing a roster of up-and-coming talent that's hungry to make a name for themselves. Honestly, you can feel the ambition in the air. These aren't promotions that are content with being small. They're actively working to expand, to bring in bigger names, and to put the Queensland wrestling scene on the national map. The fans are right there with them, supporting their local heroes with a passion that's just infectious. Watching a show from AWA or PWL feels like you're getting in on the ground floor of something big. You're seeing the next generation of Australian stars find their footing, experiment with their characters, and deliver incredible performances out of pure love for the sport. These promotions are the lifeblood of their local communities, providing a platform for athletes who might otherwise be overlooked. Keep a close eye on Queensland, because the talent brewing up there is ready to explode onto the scene and show the rest of the country what they're made of. Alright, let's take the long flight west all the way to Perth, the most isolated city in the world. And in that isolation, Explosive Pro Wrestling, or EPW, has forged an identity that's entirely its own. For years, EPW has been the undisputed powerhouse of Western Australian wrestling. Being so far removed from the East Coast scene forced them to be self-reliant, to build their own stars and their own distinct style from the ground up. And the result is one of the most athletic and compelling promotions in the country. EPW is renowned for two things: incredible athleticism and masterful long-term storytelling. The wrestlers in EPW are phenomenal athletes, capable of putting on clinics that blend high-flying, technical, and hard-hitting styles seamlessly. But it's not just about the moves, it's about the meaning behind them. EPW really excels at crafting stories that unfold over months, even years. They build characters you genuinely care about and put them on emotional journeys, culminating in massive, satisfying payoffs that make the investment as a fan completely worthwhile. You can't talk about EPW's legacy without mentioning the stars it helped create. Before he was one half of TMDK and a multi-time tag team champion in Japan and NXT, Shane Haste was a cornerstone of explosive pro wrestling. He, along with many others, cut his teeth in that Perth ring, proving that even from the most isolated corner of the wrestling world, you can launch a career that takes you to the very top. EPW is a testament to resilience and quality, a promotion that has consistently delivered a world-class product, proving that you don't need to be in the spotlight to be one of the best. Finally, let's circle back to Adelaide, but also look at a promotion that spread its wings to places like Tasmania. I'm talking about Wrestle Rampage. This promotion is a unique beast in the Australian wrestling landscape, carving out a special niche for itself. Wrestle Rampage is where the hard-hitting, fighting spirit of Japanese strong style collides head-on with the high-flying, acrobatic artistry of lucha libre. It's honestly a fascinating and explosive hybrid that creates some of the most unique and exciting matches you'll find anywhere in the country. When you watch a Wrestle Rampage show, you're getting a true variety pack of professional wrestling. One minute you'll see two brutes chopping the soul out of each other's chests, and the next you'll see masked luchadors flying through the air with breathtaking grace. This stylistic blend makes their shows unpredictable and consistently entertaining. They've cultivated a roster that's adept at this hybrid style, creating a product that feels both authentically gritty and wonderfully spectacular at the same time. They are a promoter's promotion, deeply respected for their in-ring quality. While they may be considered a more niche promotion compared to some of the others we've discussed, their influence and quality are undeniable. By running shows in markets that are often underserved, like Tasmania, they are actively growing the Australian wrestling scene and giving fans a taste of something different. Wrestle Rampage is a solid, reliable, and critically acclaimed company that focuses on one thing above all else: delivering an incredible in-ring product. They're a vital piece of the Aussie wrestling puzzle, proving that innovation and passion can thrive anywhere. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the promotions that make Australian wrestling a force to be reckoned with. It's a world built on raw, unfiltered storytelling, where every drop of sweat and every ounce of pain in that ring means something. These aren't just wrestlers going through the motions, they are artists and athletes working tirelessly, often for little pay and even less recognition, all for the love of this sport. They are pouring their hearts into their craft, creating characters and moments that stick with you long after the final bell has rung. It's that dedication you can feel. The atmosphere at a live Aussie indie show is something you have to experience to understand. It's electric. It's the feeling of being crammed into a room with hundreds of other people who are just as passionate as you are, screaming your lungs out for the heroes and villains of your local scene. There's no barrier, no distance. You're right there, a part of the action. And that connection is something that the big-time promotions can never truly replicate. It's real, it's intimate, and it's what makes this community so bloody special. So I'm telling you, keep your eyes on this scene. The future is right here. Pay attention to the names that are creating a buzz, the ones who are ready to take that next step. Look for rising stars like the incredibly talented Jessica Troy, the charismatic Cherry Stevens, the phenomenal tag team The Velocities, and the utterly unique wrestling genius that is Mick Moretti. These are just a few of the names that are set to carry the banner of Australian wrestling into the future. Support your local promotion, buy a ticket, and witness the Underground Powerhouse for yourself. You won't regret it.